Guys, I apologize for the lateness of this video, but holy crap, did things just go down. First off, we are no longer releasing Joe Mixon. That's right, we're trading Joe Mixon to the Houston Texans for an undisclosed picks. So we don't know exactly what we're getting, but we're trading him to the Texans for a draft pick. So that's starting off right away, which, okay, you know, it is what it is. At least we're getting something out of Joe Mixon. Hopefully it's a good draft pick that we can actually, you know, get something back for. Kind of does suck that he's going to the Texans just because he's another AFC team. And they could potentially beat us in the playoffs. So they're already a really good team, so giving them Joe Mixon doesn't really help our case. Nonetheless, though, at least we're getting something out of it, and also the Texans, you know, you can root for them a little bit, right? If we're not in the playoffs, they're not an insufferable team, and their fans are at least okay. I don't say okay. Their fans are really good. Anyway, here's the thing, though, right? We signed ourselves a tight end. Okay, so we got Mike Gresicki to a 1-year contract worth up to $3.25 million with us. So now we got ourselves a veteran tight end in free agency, okay? Listen, okay? The W's just continue here, okay? The W's just continue. The Kansas City Chiefs signed Irv Smith. So let's just fathom what is being said. We signed Mike Gresicki, okay? We traded Joe Mixon instead of going ahead and just cutting him and pretty much just saving cap, but not getting anything out of it. And then following that up, Irv Smith goes to the Chiefs. This is beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous. They get themselves the plague that we dealt with for a whole season. When already they don't think they have much salary cap anyway, which is kind of funny. But, you know, hey, listen. It is what it is, you know. Enjoy. What did it say? One man's trash is another man's treasure. I don't know if I agree with that, but you know what? We dealt with the pain. Now you got to deal with the pain. And Mike Gresicki, really, in reality here, is honestly the only tight end left in free agency that was actually good. There wasn't really any tight end left in free agency that was really that good other than Mike Gresicki. So we get ourselves an actual really good, viable tight end who can actually help us out. He's a vertical threat tight end. He can stretch the field. He can get open. Plus, again, we bring back Drew Sample. Hopefully, work out a contract with Tanner Hudson. I'm really hoping we find out that sometime soon. And then we draft a tight end. Can you imagine if we had Brock Bowers on one side, Gresicki on the other side, then potentially, again, now we have Tanner Hudson and we have Drew Sample? Man, the only thing that would make this all good is if we actually was able to lock down T. Higgins on a long-term contract. That would make this the best thing ever. Honestly, man, it's a beautiful day. There are some problems, though. The Ravens signed Derrick Henry. So, Derrick Henry is a Baltimore Raven. It's a 2-year contract up to $20 million. So, that sucks. And then the Steelers signed Patrick Queen. So, we got some situations going on. And it is what it is. You know, the rest of the AFC is going to get better, as we already know. And yeah, so the rest of the AFC North is also getting better with us trying to get better. But you know what? Hey, listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to, dwell on the negatives here. The positive is we got ourselves an actual starting tight end. We're going to actually get something out of Joe Mixon here and not just cut him. He's also going to a place where, again, like I said, I have no problem with the Texans. I think the Texans are a great team. Yeah, they're technically a rival when we get to the playoffs. But outside the playoffs, they're not really a rival. So, And again, like I said, I have no problem. Like, if we're not in the playoffs and we don't make the Super Bowl, let's say for whatever reason we get knocked out, knock on wood, we're not going to. If the Texans are in, like last offseason, when the Texans were in the playoffs and we were out in the division round, I can root for this team, right? I can say, okay, well, if this team wins the Super Bowl, it's not the worst thing in the world, and I'm actually cool with it, right? So, it is what it is at the end of the day. But at least, I wonder what pick we got. My guess would be, what pick would we get for him? See, I don't know, because we always think it's going to be like this thing where the draft pick is going to be a great draft. I mean, a bad draft pick. I mean, a good draft pick, but we don't know exactly. Is there any update on this draft pick? Because I think my guess is this draft pick is probably a 5th. I don't know, because like Joe Mixon is coming off a 1,400-yard season. And don't be wrong, absolutely amazing. You know, still has a lot left to give in the NFL. I feel like this is probably maybe a 4th or a 5th. Which, to be honest, is absolutely amazing if we got a 4th or a 5th. Because now we got able to, you know, utilize that and turn that into a startable play on our offense. Like, guys, last night we find out that our 6th-round compensatory pick that NFL messed up. They absolutely took the L and, you know, dicked us over here and gave us a 6th when they were supposed to give us a 3rd, which for some reason they messed up our pick. Isn't that ironic here how they messed up our pick? Nonetheless, though, we get a 6th instead of a 3rd, which, whatever. Now they finally fix and give us a 3rd, which is awesome. So now we have 2 3rd-round picks, potentially a 4th or a 5th additional pick. Plus, we have, you know, 2 6th-round picks. We are stacking up draft picks. And now we got ourselves a starting tight end. And potentially, when we play the Chiefs, they get Irv Smith. And they have to deal with Irv Smith. Things are beautiful. Things are beautiful in the neighborhood, guys. This is working out pretty well. That's a W. Look at that face. That right there, that's Cincinnati. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah. And it's only 1 year, $3.25 million. That's cheap as anything, man. That's cheap as anything. And the Falcons signed Darnell Mooney to go with Kirko. So that's it's an interesting set of events. But this is also, I don't know if I like that too much. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.